Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. This is the original Living in Utah channel. Today I've got a super fun video and a very important video. It's a little different than what I usually cover. Today I will cover the truth in moving to Utah in 2024. So let's check it out. So the reason that I decided to make this particular video is there has been another push on people moving to the state. The growth is just continuing, and with the possible announcement of the Winter Olympics coming in 2034 to Salt Lake City, I think the growth may continue all the way through the Olympics. So I wanted to break down some of the important things that you may need to know if you are planning on making a move. Number one on the list, the housing market. I mean, there's been a lot of talk around the country about a crash. There's a big bubble. It's going to burst. The market's just going to fall apart. And as many know, interest rates have been rising. I mean, we are no longer at that 3% COVID interest rate. We've gone up as high as 8%. Right now, we're probably about 7% as I'm making this video. But here in the state of Utah, the market has not crashed. We are not in a housing crash in our state. Maybe in some other places, but not here in the state of Utah. Our numbers, though, are down from last year's highs. So the market is down some, but no significant crash here in the state. And you might wonder, why is the housing market not crashing in Utah? Well, for this particular state, we have some great things going on, and the biggest thing would be the economy, which is in a great state right now. We have a big influx of jobs and companies that is keeping the state growing. So whether it's an existing company expanding or new companies moving into the state, and I'm primarily talking about northern Utah, we are finding more and more companies that are calling Utah home. So when you have good employment, people are out there spending money on food and entertainment and cars. They're buying the trucks, the SUVs, the sports cars, and they're spending money on housing. And another thing, with the housing inventory, it has improved significantly over the last couple of years. So whether you're looking for an existing home or a new build, there is inventory. So you do have a little bit of a selection. And I've said this on many videos. We have room to grow in the state. There are people that live in the state of Utah that say, oh, we're all out of room. We can't build any more homes. I travel the whole valley from the Provo-Orem area all the way up to Logan, Utah, and there is still land available to build homes. What I also like about this market is that a seller has to price their home appropriately. There's no more of this, well, my neighbor's home sold for $500,000, so I want $550,000. We're going to set a new record. Not currently in this market. Also in the previous market that we had, there were many homes that were going $50,000, $75,000, $100,000 above asking. And I'm talking about homes that are priced in the $400 to $700 market. Even like a $2 million home sometimes was going $250,000 above asking price. And it wasn't only that. There were many homes being sold all cash, no financing. How many people out there have cash to purchase a home? You know, you wouldn't think there were many people, but for some reason people were coming up with the cash, or they were finding relatives to take money out of their home to pay cash on your home purchase. And sometimes it took a cash offer to win a home bid. Now, speaking of the housing market, I am a licensed Utah agent, so if you need to buy or sell a home in Utah, give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email. Coming in at number 2, we are not a politically charged state. Now, we are a Republican state. But when you compare us to many other states, we're really not politically motivated, especially when it comes to going out there and causing trouble. Some of these states that have riots and other things going on. Now, we do have people that support all political parties in the state. But in Utah, we let people do their own thing and be who you are. And we've had people move here from all over the United States, whether it's California, Texas, Florida, Vermont, New York, even from foreign countries. I've had somebody from the Ukraine move to the state of Utah. Some of these individuals are Democrats and some are Republicans, and I like that. It makes us diverse. And people are moving their families here not because we're the cheapest state. There are other states around the country where you can find housing less expensive than it is in the state of Utah, but we are less than some of our counterparts on the West Coast. But people are moving here for the opportunities, the weather, the jobs, the outdoor recreation, the great school systems, and the low crime level. Coming in number 3 on my list, living in the mountains versus living along the Wasatch Front. When I say the Wasatch Front, I mean towns from Ogden to Provo. For this conversation, you could include Logan. It's a very similar situation in the Logan area. Some people feel that you have to live in the mountain towns to live right next to the mountains. That is not true. Some of our mountain towns, cities like Park City, Deer Valley, they're on the expensive side. If you're purchasing a home, you're probably 7 figures and above. Rental prices are some of the highest in the state. But if you lived along the Wasatch Front, anywhere along the Wasatch Front, if you have a window or you walk out your door and you face to the east, you will view the mountains every single day. So whether you rent an apartment, buy a home, rent a home, you live right next to the mountains when you live along the Wasatch Front. Also, if you're looking for outdoor recreation, you could pretty much live just about anywhere, and you are probably only maybe 10 to 15 minutes away from hiking trails, biking trails, possibly some fishing locations, maybe 30, 40-minute drive to most of the ski resorts. Very easy to just jump in a car and find your particular recreational spot. Coming in number 4 on my list, the weather. Let's talk a little bit about the weather. Last year in northern Utah, we had a real winter. We had record snowfall. Ski resorts had a lot of snow. The valley floors had a lot of snow. But this year, it's been very mild. So far, I have not had to remove any snow on the driveway or on the sidewalk. We've had a couple snow flurries. That's about it. Matter of fact, last week we had temperatures in the 50-degree range. This week we are in the 40s. And for southern Utah, this summer was a little more mild than it was last year. Last year we had many days that exceeded 110 degrees. This year, not as many days over 110 degrees. We did have many days over 100 degrees, but not the extreme heat. So the weather in Utah is always changing. What happened last year may not happen this year or maybe next year. So in conclusion, that's some of the things about the state of Utah. Let me know in the comments down below. What are your opinions on the state of Utah? Good or bad? I'd love to hear your comments down below. Some people like Utah. Some people do not like Utah. That's okay. Till the next video, take care and stay safe.